Hello friends. Today we are going to learn about a brave woman named Fannie Lou Hamer. She was a leader who fought for fairness and the right to vote for African Americans. Fannie Lou was born in 1917 in Mississippi. She was the youngest of 20 children in a poor sharecropping family. Sharecroppers worked on farms they did not own and paid part of their crops as rent. Life was very hard. Often her family did not have enough food or clothes. Fannie Lou started school at 6 but had to leave by age 12 to help on the farm. She worked long days picking cotton but always dreamed of a better life where things were fair. In 1962, Fannie Lou went to a meeting held by a group called SNCC. It was there she learned something shocking: she had the right to vote. But in Mississippi, black people were blocked from voting by unfair rules, tricky tests, and threats. That day, Fannie Lou decided to stand up for what was right. She tried to register to vote, but after the attempt, she was fired from her job and kicked off the land where she lived. Even losing her home did not stop her. Fannie Lou traveled to help others learn how to vote. But standing up for her rights was dangerous. In 1963, she was jailed and beaten badly by police. The injuries hurt her for the rest of her life, but she refused to give up. She became famous for saying, "I am sick and tired of being sick and tired." This simple sentence showed how deeply tired she was of unfairness and how strong she was in fighting against it. In 1964, Fannie Lou helped create the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, also called MFDP. This party was made because the regular Democratic Party in Mississippi did not allow black people to be members. Fannie Lou and the MFDP wanted to show the world that black people deserve to have a voice. That year, they traveled to the Democratic National Convention in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Their goal was to be seated as official delegates instead of the all-white group from Mississippi. Fannie Lou gave a powerful speech on live television about the violence and unfairness that African Americans faced when trying to vote. Her speech shocked the nation. She told her story about being beaten in jail just for wanting to vote. President Lyndon B. Johnson tried to stop her speech from being shown on TV because he was worried it would upset people. But her speech was so powerful that news stations showed it again later that night. Millions of people saw it, and it made a huge impact. The Democratic leaders offered the MFDP 2 seats as a compromise, but Fannie Lou and her group refused. They said it was not fair to accept only 2 seats when so many black people in Mississippi were being denied their rights. Even though they were not seated as full delegates in 1964, their fight changed history. By the next Democratic Convention in 1968, the rules were changed. More black delegates were allowed to join, and the party became more open and fair. Fannie Lou did not just fight for voting rights. She also worked to help poor families in her community. She started a project called the Freedom Farm Cooperative. This was a farm where black families could grow their own food, earn money, and not depend on unfair employers. She also worked on programs to build houses and provide jobs. Fannie Lou believed that freedom was not just about voting, but also about being able to take care of your family and live with dignity. Even though Fannie Lou never became rich or famous in the way some leaders did, her voice was one of the strongest in the civil rights movement. She spoke at rallies, churches, schools, and meetings all over the country. Her speeches inspired thousands of people to take action. Fannie Lou's health suffered because of the injuries she got during her fights for justice. She continued working until she passed away on March 14, 1977. People from all over came to her funeral to honor her. Today, schools, parks, and buildings are named after Fannie Lou Hamer. Her story reminds us that one voice can make a difference. She showed that even someone who grew up poor without finishing school could change the world with courage, love, and determination. What we can learn from Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie Lou Hamer taught us to stand up for what is right even when it is hard. She showed that every person deserves to be treated fairly no matter what they look like or where they come from. She reminds us that voting is not just a right but a responsibility. When people vote, they help shape the future of their community and their country. Fannie Lou's story teaches us that change happens when regular people stand together, speak out, and never give up. If you like this video and would like to see more content like this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share with others.